New York City residents are terrified of the new migrant shelter. I will have to move. Let's go and check it out. Let's say suggestion via Discord, guys. Let's see where this takes us.
So New York City ICE raids have taken dozens of illegal migrants into custody, including suspected gang members and accused killers. Yet a massive migrant shelter that would house 2,000 men is still slated to open in NYC.
Bro, I thought that they decided not to build that. They're still going on with that? That's crazy.
That would house 2,000 men is still slated to open in NYC next month. Angry residents, they're speaking out.
The public outcry was crazy on this.
I have never been afraid in South Bronx. I am now terrified. I'm terrified for me, for my students. I will have to move.
As literally someone that has lived this experience personally, you should be ashamed. It is not okay for you to take our tax money.
Ken Genalo is the...
Guys, she has something. And I've been saying this since the beginning of this migrant crisis. Well, how about this? Since the beginning of it being publicized, massively at least, right? That the people that have been paying into taxes, specifically in an area, are looking for benefits to them, to come back to them, guys. Not the people that are just coming in and have never paid into the tax base, guys. Like, the reality of the situation is if you pay money for something, if you're giving money for something, it needs to, in fact, be able to benefit you personally. Those are the rules, guys.
ICE acting deputy director, and he joins us now. Ken, thanks so much for joining the program. I know you don't know much about the shelter, but I do know that there's a lot of criminal aliens in New York City.
Yeah, definitely.
How is this going to make it difficult with New York being a sanctuary city for your job?
Well, obviously, I've been speaking about sanctuary city policies for a long time now, and you see all the great work that the men and women of ICE have been doing in this administration. The problem is the sanctuary policies, basically, there's no cooperation with local law enforcement. So NYPD, unfortunately, can't cooperate with us on our administrative immigration cases. So when we had a unit that was based out of Rikers Island during the former Mayor de Blasio time, when they strengthened the sanctuary policies, they kicked the unit out of Rikers Island, which basically meant that those people that we would vet that were foreign-born aliens at the time, that we determined to be amenable to removal proceedings, we would take into custody.
Right.
And, you know, on an average at that time, over 10 years ago, we were taking, you know, about 100 a month.
Okay.
So if you do the math, that's 100 a month. You're talking about 1,000 to 1,200 individuals that are now being released right back into the
city. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, if you make it, like, if you know numbers like this exist, all right, and you know that these individuals obviously are here committing crimes, they don't really actually belong here because they're now committing crimes. They've given that all up, bro. Right. And then if you make it so that ICE specifically can't go into the jails and say, listen, it's time to remove them. Immediately. Now, think about all the years sanctuary city policies have been in place, and they'll add that number in on a yearly basis, guys. It's absolutely scary, okay? Completely scary.
So the audience understands. So when there's a detainer put on a person, typically, if it's not a sanctuary city, you got a criminal alien that's in the jail. You just want to come and pick them up. As a result of the sanctuary city, you can't do that. So these people are back out in the public.
Right.
And now you got to send a task force to go after these people.
100%. So basically, someone gets arrested, charged with a crime. They go remanded to custody of Rikers, and then we lodge an immigration detainer, which is also accompanied by an immigration warrant. And due to the sanctuary policies, they will not accept the immigration detainer nor the administrative warrant. So they just release the criminals right back into the community to reoffend. And there's a lot of recidivism with these individuals.
And Rikers in itself is such a hard prison. I've never been to this place, obviously, right? But after hearing and kind of reading and just hearing about all the things kind of circle around Rikers, yeah, I can imagine recidivism. The people inside of there can go in there with a very menial crime and then come out an extremely excessively hardened criminal. All right, so the longer you're in Rikers, the more likely you are definitely going to go right back. You're basically racing back to Rikers. That's crazy.
Let's just talk about New York City so the audience can see a picture. We're talking about, I think the last number I heard, around 60,000 criminal migrants in the city. That does not include the gotaways. And we're not just talking about 60,000 people that are illegally in the country, but they have committed a crime, right?
Right.
That's correct. I remember quoting some numbers a couple of months ago that it was around that. Unfortunately, it does not include the gotaways.
That's right.
So like you said, when they release these individuals back into the community, as you've seen over the past week, the amount of force that's needed to go out and arrest them, because obviously a lot of these people are bad actors. They're violent felons, and they have the upper hand in their apartments or residences. So when you're going in, you need to ensure you have safety and a show of force. And sanctuary policies also drain taxpayers' money because now we have to send all these resources out to try and arrest these individuals that we could have just taken in the confines and the security of a facility or a jail. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Real quick, I only got about 15 seconds, but there's rumors going out there that ICE is arresting American citizens, right? Can you just dispel that? There's a difference from an American citizen that is detained when they're around another criminal migrant, but they're not deporting or arresting American citizens, right?
Well, listen to the words you just used. I mean, if that's the case, if you, for example, I'm an American citizen, and if I'm around someone who is an illegal immigrant, and then you basically treat me as if I'm collateral, I'm still by definition being arrested. Detained, arrested, doesn't matter. I'm in handcuffs, right? And you're playing basically word semantics with the term, and that's not okay. Okay, obviously the American citizen is not going to be deported. Where are they being deported to? Right, that was the obvious one. But hopefully there are people out there that have the ability to critically think, specifically in instances like this. But if I'm being detained and arrested, I'm suing. I'm sorry, it may sound crazy. I'm suing. There's no doubt here, right? I get it. All of these are kind of on hold right now, but as soon as we're able to sue again, I'm suing. I'm telling you.
American citizens.
I hear you.
Right. Can you just dispel that? There's a difference from an American citizen that is detained when they're around another criminal migrant, but they're not deporting or arresting American citizens, right?
That's correct. Obviously,
trying to change the definition of the word arrest
and false narratives that are getting played in the media, which unfortunately always seems to accompany our agency. But ICE does not arrest U.S. citizens unless they have a specific criminal warrant for a U.S. citizen. But on an immigration enforcement, for the civil immigration cases, we do not arrest U.S. citizens. We focus on criminal aliens and those that present a danger to national security.
Sir, thank you for all that you do. Your men and women are doing a great job out there. I want them to stay safe.
Thanks,
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
All right, so am I paused? Yeah, I'm paused. All right, so here's my thing here. When it comes to this here, they're definitely playing with the word arrest. We already know what arrest means. There's some people who utilize the term arrest for also being detained. If I'm in handcuffs, I don't really care about the word semantics, the definitions of things. I'm sorry. Put me in handcuffs, I'm suing. That's how that works. And I hope you would also. Just be logical here. No emotions attached to it. Why are you being handcuffed? You're an American citizen. Basically. Either way. The ICE guy here, he's solid. No complaints here. He's doing his job. He's getting rid of the criminal element, and that's something that needs to happen here. There are people who obviously hate that. They hate that for the country. They want all these people to come in and live without laws. We have laws, bro. Okay, like if you can't get away from with, let's say, doing what they did, why are you allowing them to? Are they above the law? It sounds like it. It sounds like you want them to be for some reason. All right. We cannot take the whole world's population. That's just the reality of the situation here, guys. But all right, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Catch you later. The fact that you just made it to the end of the video says a whole lot, actually. We have a couple other channels. MrLboyd Music, MrLboyd Movie Reacts, along with MrLboyd Discusses, where I just generally speak about the things that specifically matter to me. But in the meantime, I'll catch you guys later.